I'm Megan McClellan, and today I'll be reviewing how to name acids. To identify an acid, look to see if the formula starts with hydrogen, because in an acid, one of the ions produced is always H+. The two different types of acids are binary acids, which are composed of two elements, including hydrogen, and oxyacids, which are composed of three elements with hydrogen and oxygen. When naming binary acids, always include the prefix hydro and replace the ending on the element with IC acid. However, when naming oxyacids, no prefix is needed. However, the anion needs to be identified. If the ending of the compound is ATE, then replace it with IC acid. And if the ending of the compound is ITE, then replace it with OUS acid. Some examples of naming acids: when given the formula H2SO4, you know that it has three elements, including hydrogen and oxygen, telling you that it's an oxyacid, which means that there is no prefix of hydro, and you simply identify the anion, SO4, which is on the periodic table, considered sulfate. And knowing that it's an ATE ending, you know that the name will be ending in IC, so it'll be sulfuric acid. As the one above, this one also has three elements, including hydrogen and oxygen, showing you that it's an oxyacid with no prefix. And when looking at the periodic table, you see that that is carbonate, and knowing that it is an ATE ending, you know that it ends in IC, showing you that it is carbonic acid. Unlike the ones above, this one simply has two elements, telling you that it is a binary acid, which means that it does have the prefix hydro. And you simply look at the front of your periodic table, identifying the element as sulfur, and then you add IC, so it'll be sulfuric acid. Now to name into formulas, you see the prefix hydro, so you know that that means that it will simply have two elements. And looking at the front of the periodic table, you know that it is chlorine, and adding IC, which means it is HCl. For the next one, you see that there is no prefix, which means that there are going to be three elements. So you look at the back of the periodic table, and since it is IC, you know that it ends in ATE. And knowing that it ends in ATE, you can identify this as phosphate, and then you simply add the anion onto the H, identifying it as PO4 3-, and when you have the 3-, you put it in the front of the hydro, so it'll be H3PO4. Like the one above, this one has no prefix as well, which means that it is an oxyacid, which means that it will have three elements. And looking at the periodic table, you see that it is chlorate, and the compound for that is ClO3, giving you the formula for chloric acid. And that is how you